Malin, otrzymałem wiadomość, że jeszcze nie dotarłeś do drużyny Brawo. Musisz się pośpieszyć. Nie mogą na ciebie czekać. Jak najszybsze dotarcie do centrum łączności jest sprawą priorytetową.
UAC jest dumne ze swojego rejestru bezpieczeństwa. Prosimy przestrzegać procedur bezpieczeństwa UAC.
Researchers have developed dramatic solutions. Solutions that will soon pay off for the UAC, its investors, and indeed the entire human race. Mars itself is our chief ally and the key to our solution. Look around at its vast red deserts, rich in naturally occurring iron oxides. They are the raw materials of our future. We have developed a process that destabilizes the atomic structure of pulverized iron oxide and separates it into subatomic particles, which are then siphoned off to create new elements. Like alchemists of old, the elemental phase deconstructor allows us to transform red Martian soil into clean air, fresh water, and hydrogen fuel, the building blocks for a sustainable, human-friendly Martian environment. And this is only the beginning. With continued research, we envision creating ever more complex molecules, organic matter itself. Atom by atom, the UAC is building an ever brighter future for humankind. generations, humankind has lived under the looming specter of slowly dwindling natural resources. Our new ventures on planets like Mars have only intensified our need to find fresh sources for metals, petrochemicals, food, water, and even air. To meet that need, UAC researchers have developed dramatic solutions. Solutions that will soon pay off for the UAC, its investors, and indeed the entire.
Audio log for Kyle Berger, research supervisor for the EPD project. The elemental phase deconstructor is fully operational, and the research data we have gathered so far is very impressive. Unfortunately, we had a terrible accident last week. Research assistant Patterson was calibrating one of the quark emitters, and witnesses backed right into the particle beam. It was not a pretty sight, as it took off the backside of his head. He lived a few minutes, although I'm not sure he was. But they say his eyes rolled back and
Uwaga!
forth. He was
Laser
trying to talk.
EPD włączony.
Brain matter, I'm sure it was his reflex actions. Anyway, due to this, I have enacted new safety protocols in the lab, and we have stocked one of the smallest emergency medical supplies. The code for the cabinet is 752. End of audio log for Kyle Berger, research supervisor for the elemental phase deconstructor is fully operational. The research data we have gathered so far is very impressive. Unfortunately, we had a terrible accident last week. Research assistant Patterson was calibrating one of the quark emitters in the chamber. Witnesses say he appeared to see something. He was talking, and he backed right into the particle beam. It was not a pretty sight. It took off the backside of his head. He lived a few minutes, although I'm not sure you could consider that living. But they say his eyes rolled back and forth, and he was trying to talk, although after losing that much brain matter, I'm sure it was his reflex actions. Anyway, due to this, I have enacted new safety protocols in the lab, and we have stocked one of the storage cabinets with emergency medical supplies. The code for the cabinet is 752. End of log. audio log for Jack Smith, benefits analyst in HR
Wyciek gazu zatrzymany.
1024.
Ogień
I just went through
ugaszony.
another batch of accident reports from the science team. We've had 5 more people hurt this week while working with the equipment. The most serious incident was one John Hughes, whose hand was caught in one of the plastic extrusion systems. He was performing maintenance on it and states that he unplugged it and had the safety key in his pocket and managed to activate it without an apparent power source and shredded his arm up to the elbow before someone got him out. It's been reported that the machine is still running and you can't shut it down. The cost on that incident alone is enough to raise the red flag, but this is a pile. We're going to overrun our budget on benefits. And while it's not my department, I have to assume let's break it down on the end of log.
Safer worlds for everyone. For centuries, people on Earth have waged war over two things vital to human existence: fuel and water. As part of its ongoing commitment to create safer worlds for everyone, the UAC recently unveiled its development of the Hydrocon. Though still in its prototype stages, the Hydrocon will, in one dramatic move, forever end all shortages of water and fuel. By splitting iron oxide molecules, the Hydrocon produces oxygen and hydrogen cheaply and safely, without the need for large amounts of electricity. The hydrogen is then used for hydrogen fuel, a substance so versatile and clean that it can be used in everything from home appliances to today's most demanding rocket engines. A side benefit of producing this fuel is an endless supply of pure, spring-like water that is more refined than any earthbound spring. We envision a world where technologies such as the Hydrocon can be used to end drought and civil strife in impoverished nations where water or fuel have ever been in short supply. While always at the forefront of scientific research and development, Union Aerospace hopes that the creation of the Hydrocon will continue to make safer worlds for everyone.
Co?
Przestraszyłeś mnie. Ależ się cieszę, że cię widzę. Myślałem, że jestem sam. Ostatnio było tu cholernie nieprzyjemnie. Hydrokon wysadził obwody i jest niestabilny. Uważaj z tą giwerą. Rykoszet w szklane osłony może wysadzić całe to miejsce w powietrze. Spróbuję to ustabilizować. Pójdę do gabinetu naukowego, kiedy przejmę nad tym kontrolę.
Safer world forever. For centuries, people on Earth have waged war over as part of its ongoing commitment to Hydra. Though still in its prototype stages, the Hydrocon